perfect. Okay, so... Oh, hey.
We have Evelyn with us. So, after reviewing this footage, I will rethink the conflicting factions. Evelyn is actually not with the White Mages. She is, in fact, with the Red Army.
But then...
As of right now. Because she does not fully trust this white-robed figure. So, they're not entirely in cahoots at this point in time.
I mean, they still seem like they're broadly on the same side, though.
Yes, but one could probably betray the other, like, immediately if they wanted to.
The sages seem like they have an ulterior motive, but, you know.
Of course. Who doesn't in a JRPG? Like, first time you see Seymour in FF10, like, come on.
You know he's a bad guy.
And then when he joins your party and he's way better than everyone else.
It's like
and then you look at his summon and you're like, come on.
Yeah, it's like how Final Fantasy has never been really subtle about that. Like, even in 12, where they're like, oh yeah, look at this Vayne Solidor guy who's who's trying to appeal to the people of Rabanastre, that he's totally not going to be some evil despotic ruler. And then, like, but he's got that bad guy look to him.
He has veins popping out of his face.
His name is Vayne Solidor. Like, he's yeah, he's got the perfect Bishi face and the long bad guy hair, and it's just like, oh hey.
Yeah, you can finally traverse this thing.
Fight this thing.
I don't know what that is.
It's a thing, all right. That's for sure.
Is it dead?
Apparently it's called a rotting mimic. So.
All right. So basically the things we've been fighting earlier, but
yeah,
undead.
It's one of those guys, but dead. That's good.
More of these ghost fox things.
Yeah, it's what we found so long ago.
And now I didn't utilize a glitch to get here. No, this is for real.
But the spirits are supposed to. The spirit ones aren't attacking us, though. Why he got to be in the combat here?
This one wasn't very nice in its life.
What a shame. What a
Don't
shame.
they know I'm the protagonist? You can't win against her.
Oh. What a good... At least you can level up outside of combat, eh?
That's true.
That guy got lost.
Yeah, AI pathing is not 100% up to snuff.
RPG Maker.
RPG Maker. I would actually like to remake this game, but in a better engine, because like it can be like so much better, in like Game Maker.
See it made in a proper game engine.
A proper game engine.
Have Square Enix buy it and remake it.
Oh hell yeah!
That would be. That could go so horribly wrong, though. Like,
oh, knowing Square Enix with their remakes, the gameplay is gonna be not the same.
Well, it depends. Like, Square's all over the place when it comes to just everything that they do. Because, like, you have, all of the remakes of, the original Final Fantasy games, which more or less stick to the original formula and just kind of update it for modern kind of conventions.
For better or for worse.
Yeah, but then you also have like, you know, the remake of Final Fantasy VII is probably not going to use the same gameplay that, like, what they've already, you know, quote unquote shown of the game hasn't used the same gameplay.
Yeah.
And it's the final version of the game probably won't use the same gameplay as the original 7 did either.
I wouldn't be surprised if if the final version is going to be different from what they showed.
Oh, definitely. But like,
it's now traditional turn-based. Like,
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I've never had an issue with the idea of the remake of a remake of Final Fantasy VII using gameplay more like Kingdom Hearts than Final Fantasy. Like that's never been an issue because I like the gameplay of Kingdom Hearts and I like the gameplay of Final Fantasy. So if Final Fantasy VII used like a Kingdom Hearts style gameplay, like combat mechanics, that wouldn't even be an issue for me.
I think the issue is that we don't really get a lot of big budget turn-based RPGs anymore.
Well, no, we don't.
Like Persona is like the only one.
Yeah, and Persona 5 is really good. It's a really
and
good
that
game.
is only for one console, so it's like the you just need more of them. There's just not a lot of selection.
Yeah, it would be nice. But
so, it is good at the SMT5. Well, you know, the SMT series, the main series, is finally moving into HD. Because, like, Jesus, this is going to be the first one. And this series has been around for, like, before I was born.
You didn't like playing Shin Megami Tensei 4 on the 3DS?
I didn't mind it, because I have one. But it is, like, so obviously limited.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there are other things that's like... Oh, well, you know, we haven't seen gameplay of SMT5, but it is obviously going to be 100% using polygons. And I've only played 2 SMT games so far, but I'm already sick of seeing the same sprites.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, some of those needed updating / just take them the fuck out because, like, they look awful.
That's one of the reasons why, when it comes to the main SMT franchise, I'm more interested in Nocturne than I am in 4, because Nocturne is at least actually 3D.
And the battles aren't in first person.
Yeah, and like 4 is just like, I'm sure it's a great game, but everything about the style of it is just like not appealing to me.
Yeah, like there are some things in Nocturne that I would prefer, you know, like battles being like, you know, fully 3D. And I absolutely prefer those over first person battles. It's especially like, I think that it is like I just don't like them, but it is something that I tolerate.
Yeah. Well, it's especially weird because, like, it's not like the 3DS isn't powerful enough to handle that. You know? Like, it could have done 3D battles. Like,
yeah, but the thing is that SMT, the main series, not just the main series, like the entire series, they're like one of the 4 heavenly kings of reusing assets.
Yeah.
And it's either you have a whole bunch of models from the PS2 era, or a whole bunch of sprites from everything. And I don't think the 3DS can handle PS2 level graphics.
Oh, it can.
It can.
At least it like to a certain degree, because like there are some games on it has a direct port of a PS2 game, like Tales of the Abyss, which is fine on the 3DS. And like games like Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance have higher quality assets than like the original Kingdom Hearts did.
Oh, that's Kingdom Hearts though. Kingdom Hearts always looks good.
But it's on a 3DS, which is the point.
I think it's because SMT4 was made in a tight budget.
Probably, like, because it has 3D characters. Like the world map is all done in 3D, or well, like the exploration. I mean,
I think it's the case of maybe the amount of 3D models it would have to shove into a 3DS card.
I don't know.
Does Persona Q handle 3D demons?
I have no idea, actually.
Alright, you haven't played it?
No.
I would like to play it. Well, not that I've played 3 and 4, then it would be nice to try Q.
It's yeah. Persona Q is one of those games that like I was initially excited about, but then it came out and everyone was like, "Oh, it's a fine dungeon crawler, but it doesn't have most of the elements of Persona that people actually like about playing Persona."
Alright.
Which is everything except the dungeon crawling.
Oh, what about Demon Fusions? Does it have those?
I don't even know if it has that, but
right.
Yeah.
Okay. But what I do know about is that it has the first-person dungeon crawling, like in a grid, which I despise. Yeah. I hate that.
Yeah.
But it's again something I can, I can tolerate.
Yeah.
But I tried the Atria and Odyssey games, which is what was derived when making Persona Q.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the Atria and Odyssey, but maybe if I do try Persona Q, the Persona ratio would be enough to obscure the rest of the stuff that I don't like.
I could not say.
I mean, as the case with Tokyo Mirage Sessions, I was hoping there would be enough, stuff from the series that I already like to obfuscate the general theme of the game, which is Japanese entertainment and your idols and stuff like that, which I have zero interest in.
And was
but
there?
After playing the game, oh yeah, there was a fuck ton of that just shit.
No, I meant, was there enough to keep you from
I finished the game. The game was good because it is a game still worth playing if you happen to have a Wii U. And you're starved for SMT / Persona titles.
I mean, I have a Wii U, but the idea that I've used it in the past 2 years is laughable. I mean, there are some games on it but at this point, it's just why even bother breaking it out anymore?
At this point in time, I wouldn't have bought a Wii U, but since I already owned one, so it's like, yeah, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, I think I can handle the bullshit. I don't know if you remember this Birdman. He was inspecting our body after we got shot down near the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
So, foreshadowing, folks.
Stop the Fefneron.
That's the race the White Sages are part of.
Oh.
They're bad guys.
I have no bitterness.
So basically, the world went to shit after the king died. So even the lizard men are like, maybe we have a shot at the throne. But the bird guys, the bird guys are fine, actually.
Mount Arcanaut in the north.
And we need to help the Birdman, so it should help with the a neutral standpoint, which is what we're grasping for here. We don't want anyone to get the throne, really.
So we're heading on. Well, yeah. I guess the whole point is that we're trying to destroy the Ember Throne now.
Yeah, no one gets a shot at it.
So
literally, if anyone out of the major players gets the throne, everything will be worse.
So now we eventually need to make our way to the northeast, which means that we're of course going to explore elsewhere first.
Yes, that is exactly right.
So are these places with like the big banners on the world map optional areas, or?
Maybe. I didn't notice that detail, but yeah, they might be like, hey,
well,
go here if you want more content.
Because that one that we had like a couple videos ago wasn't like, we didn't have to go there, did we?
No, we didn't.
And this one too is kind of in the opposite direction of the mountain that we're supposed to go to.
Yeah, I just I noticed, you have to go northeast.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, that's obviously progression, and I don't want to go further in the story unless there's like, just in case there is a point of no return.
Although, I mean, come on, man. Man. The point of no return is not going to be 4 hours into the game. Oh, hello.
It depends on which game, but yeah, you do get. You'll never know. Maybe the next area has like a World of Warcraft Cataclysm style. Just the entire world is different now.
That doesn't usually happen in JRPGs.
You say that now. But that will happen eventually.
There will be that one game.
It happened in FF6.
Oracle's heading north. So we're getting a little bit more information about the...
Yeah, we know exactly where to go now. We need to help out the bird folk, because the Red Army is getting rid of them, but it's like, no. We can handle a few bird folk. They're not hurting anyone.
So we can't actually progress further into that area yet.
At the moment, no.
Oh. Hi, guys. This looks like a... Did it say that's a goblin?
Goblat.
Goblat. Completely
Totally
different. It's a goblin crossed with a bat, you see. Or a... Yeah, I'd say it's closer to a bat than a rat. Those ears are very bat-like. And as...
There's a soldier is just sleeping.
Yeah, just sleeping there. As we all know, having played many Batman games, I am an expert on what bats look like.
That's true. I'm not going to argue with that.
Bats look exactly like Batman, right?
Yeah. Like, after Batman was created, bats afterwards were made in the image of him.
There weren't... Fun fact, there were no bats in the real world until Batman was created.
Yeah. So, it turns out, not all the red soldiers are all that bad. If you help them out, they'll give you something in return.
The one sleeping soldier who had 2 goblin bats running around in his tent. Like, first of all, why weren't they attacking you?
Look at that chicken. It is like so obviously pick upable.
That's a big... That's got to be a turkey, man.
Turkey.
That's too big to be chicken.
Look at that.
You got to save before you pick up the food.
Well, it might be like a evil demon chicken.
Roast hen.
Oh, a hen. Okay.
That's... Huh. Alright.
Were you trying to verify whether hens are bigger than turkeys or chickens?
Yeah.
Cause I don't know.
Well, like... Also, we got, like... Is this a different sprite than the one that we had earlier in the game, or...
Yes.
Because I thought it was when we fought the earlier one.
Yeah. You get no palette swaps in this game, so the JRPG conventions that it doesn't follow, it might be for the better.
This is actually like an upgraded version of the earlier enemy, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's always fun.
You can always tell, like,
Also,
okay, now this is where the budget dips, because, like, when you first see a palette swapped enemy.
For the record, a hen is a chicken, which is why
Okay.
I was kind of thrown off by that.
Alright.
Because, like...
Well, this place doesn't take place on Earth, so they can do whatever they want.
Really big chickens.
Really big chickens.
Maybe it's one of these guys.
Oh God. No. No, this race is called the
Arox.
Obviously derived from rocks.
Well,
rocks, as in without the K.
It wasn't...
Also, yeah, we get an explanation of what stats do finally.
Wow, that seems...
I actually didn't know that until now.
That seems really late in the game to be doing that.
Really weird. At least in Pokemon, they have like a trainer school early in the game that has an NPC that tells you this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like that should have been in like the first town.
That's so weird.
Huh.
It's like in a loading screen and like other games, you know, it often gives you like a tip.
God,
It's
all
like,
the tooltips in Skyrim.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. It's like, oh, press this button to sprint. And it's like, oh,
Gee, thanks.
now you're telling me. Jeez, I beat the game and you're telling me now.
Yeah.
Also, free lodging, awesome.
The only kind you would ever use.
Yeah, it's like, how much gold do I need to pay to sleep here? Oh, it's one? Nah, fuck that, I'll sleep outside.
You have like 64,000 gold and you haven't spent it on anything yet.
Never know, there might be like a best weapon in the game that is purchasable for 65,000 gold, so I need to save up.
God.
We'll never know.
We play RPGs in so different ways. Like, oh man. I can't even imagine, like...
It's interesting that I to get a different viewpoint from how these games are played. Because I didn't get that when I was playing Dark Souls.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's why
I know how you play them.
Yeah, I play Dark Souls in... Well, I mean, I play Dark Souls differently from how you do.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you use a shield.
Well, in Dark Souls 1 at least. I have played Dark Souls 3 without a shield, primarily.
Oh yeah, that's only because you're cosplaying as Guts.
Yeah. the gigantic greatsword is, you know,
Well, yeah, and if you weren't playing as Guts, then I'm sure you would be using a shield.
It, I guess it depends. Like, it depends on what other weapons I would like in the game, I guess, because I haven't thought about playing a different character yet.
Right. With my first save file in Dark Souls 3, I had like 8 or something weapons that I like switched in between.
Yeah. I don't know.
And they're all different, so.
I like using swords. Like, I've never been super partial to like hammers, axes, spears, or anything like that. So.
I always liked like rapiers.
Yeah.
That's just a weapon I find cool.
Yeah.
Is rapiers, a lot more than like katanas or something, because like it's so.
I just
conventional.
I like classic long swords and great swords.
I normally, if it's like the main character, I can just pick what type of weapon they want to use. I usually avoid weapons that I've seen in like other places, just so it's different.
Use a pair of nunchucks.
Well, yeah, like the Dark Souls 2 LP, I used fists most of the time. It's like, yeah, that's viable.
Well, here's
I enjoyed it.
Here's a palette swap enemy, sort of.
Yeah, this is sort of like a.
He's
like
just
a optional mini boss, actually.
He's an upgraded form of the ones we were fighting earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But
and to be fair, I forgot about this, so.
Yeah, I do like.
It's not. The palette swaps aren't prominent, unlike in other JRPGs.
I do like bows and stuff as well, but unfortunately, using a bow as a primary weapon in Dark Souls is fairly impractical.
Yeah, it's only really good for challenge runs. And it becomes less viable in Dark Souls 3, where they severely limited the amount of arrows you can carry.
Yeah. God, I have a crossbow because,
Crossbows are easier to use.
But even then, like, I have a crossbow on my character, and just I go through bolts so quickly. It's absurd. And I don't even use it like super often. It's just like
Main boss defeated. Yay. Let's go home.
huzzah.